Hi everyone, welcome to Create Pretty Things. I am Debbie and I am here to create with you one of these new kits that are a special edition for Black Friday. Today we are going to be doing the holiday cardinals, and I just love the cardinals. I think they're awesome birds, they're beautiful, and I am so excited to do this one. I just got my kit in today. As you know, Chalk Couture releases every Monday. For this month of November, they're releasing a holiday special or a Black Friday special every Monday. And this Monday, they released 3 or 4, I think, new kits that used this little acrylic arch. So we've had an arch. It's a fairly new product before, but it was made out of wood. This one is made out of acrylic plastic. And it has a little stand that you can stand this in. And this is a kit. So you get your surface, you get your transfer, which are these beautiful little cardinals. And you get 3 paste packets. These are individual paste packets. Each one contains more than enough to do one project. So you can go ahead and reseal these, make them airtight, and use them again. You also get 3 little color trays to squirt your paste in and 1 reusable squeegee. So we're going to get started on this. Now see how this has a little tab right here? That is to kind of remind you that it has a plastic covering to it. A little plastic surface that needs to be removed. So let me see how you do this. I'm just going to try and unstick this tape a little bit. I'm not sure how you do this. See, if I pull it this way, it doesn't go. If I pull it this way, it doesn't go. So I am just trying to figure out if it's on both sides or one side. Now I am thinking that if I got this tape to go a little bit, there we go. Okay, so I am pulling the tab. It's going to remove it, and that's just to protect it from getting scratched in shipping and in use. Let me see if there's one on this side as well. I have a feeling there is because it is a little cloudy, but it is kind of hard to tell. Yeah, there is. Okay, so now I've got a corner. And I'm going to go ahead and peel this off. So see how it was really cloudy? Now it is completely clear. Okay, so it is going to stand up in our base just like this. The hashtag, or the keyword for tonight is Cardinals, C-A-R-D-I-N-A-L. If you type that into the comments down below, you will get a message to your messenger, and it will contain a link which will help you find the products that I'm using tonight. Now, like I said, this is a kit. So you're going to have everything you need for this project, but I did add in some board erasers because they help you clean your transfer. The transfers are reusable. They are reusable between 8 and 12 times. Today I'm just going to go ahead. Sometimes I cut these and leave the backer intact. Today I'm just going to go ahead and cut these pieces apart completely, right through the backer. I've got all the elements of some branches. And I've got the birds, which I can layer the background and the foreground. And I think this is just going to be a beautiful, beautiful project. We all know that cardinals are a symbol of the loved ones that have left us and gone to heaven. And they say that they come back to visit us in the winter time. I guess they must come at other times too. But when you see those, it's kind of like a memory of your loved ones coming to visit. So I think that's very, very special. So if you notice, these 2 are exactly the same shape. This is going to be this one is going to be the background layer, and this one is going to be detail on top. Same thing with this other one here. They are both the same shape. So you're going to layer one on top of the other. You're going to paste the back side, the back layer, and then you're going to let it dry completely. And then you're going to add the second layer. So let's give this a try. So if you haven't used these before, they are reusable mesh silkscreen transfers, and they're reusable between 8 and 12 times depending on how well you clean them and take good care of them. Now they are sticky, and plexiglass likes to let these transfers stick amazingly on these. So you want to fuzz your transfers really, really well. And all that means is that you are going to attach these to, you're going to remove the transfer backer. You see, and you are going to keep your backer, but you are going to place the piece of transfer down on a piece of fabric. It can be your clothes, a towel, anything that might have a little bit of lint. And I would say fuzz these 5 or 6 times because the plexiglass will stick these really good. And you don't want them to stick so hard that you have to work at pulling them off, because that will stretch your transfers out. So we are just going to do this a couple times. Now, I did not get out my paste yet, and I do want to get that out. So what I'm going to do, this is cherry. I'm going to go ahead and mush it around a little bit, make sure it's pliable. I'm going to cut off a corner off the bottom, because when I fold this up and seal it, I want to tape it, but I still want to be able to see what color this is. So I've got my cherry, and I'm going to squeeze out just a little bit. Remember, these are more than enough for more than one project. Once the paste is out of the packet, you're not going to be able to put it back in. So squeeze out a little bit at a time so that you're not wasting, and you can reuse this. There's my black. I can always squeeze out more if I need to. This other color is camel. I think this is going to be really, really pretty. Now, one thing I'm trying to think about is, do I want to use both sides of the plexiglass? So, do I want the birds to be on the front and then the flowers to be on the back? Maybe. So let's just go ahead and start. I'm starting with my largest piece of floral, my branch, and I'm just gonna line it up here on my plexiglass. Can you see this is the blank side? Make sure there's not any bubbles in that area. I've got my squeegee. I'm going to dip it into my bark. Is it bark? Camel paste. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply the paste over the white silk screen areas. Okay. Now you could do it multicolors, like do maybe the little buds a different color. You could have done this black. There's no right and wrong to this. Just smooth it on, take any extra off. And can you see what it looks like right now? I'm going to peel this down and see how it's sticking pretty good. There is one of my branches. Can you see it? And it looks the same on both sides. I think I'm going to go ahead and chalk my branches on one side and my birds on the other. So I'm going to take my transfer that I just used, put it on my dish drying mat, and I'm going to spray it with some water. And this is how you clean your transfers. I do like to clean them pretty quickly because it makes it easier. So I'm just going to take the paper towel, wipe off that top layer of paste. You want to get it all out of that silk screen. I'm going to flip it over to the back side, wet that down, and make sure you remove the paste from both sides of that transfer. You'll know it's clean when you can see through the transfer again. And it's really important to clean these properly because that's what allows the paste to go through many times so that you can reuse these transfers. And the dish towel is just to absorb the water that I'm spraying on it. Okay, so this is clean. Can you see through it? You can see through, you can see there's not any paste left in there. I'm just gonna attach it back here so I can put it back on my transfer, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and get my quick dry tool and I'm gonna dry this a little bit. As you guys hop on tonight, please say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. If this is your first time, welcome. If you feel like you have anyone else that you'd like to share this with, they'd enjoy this, please feel free to share this. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and fuzz this second piece. It's a beautiful floral with more buds. I think I'll put this over here. I'm going to fuzz it 5 or 6 times again. Just to make sure that it doesn't stick really, really tight. I'm going to lay this down and see there's beautiful flowers. Can you guys see those? I might want to do those flowers in a different color. Let's see what I have available. I have some, right here I've got the shimmer crimson. Do you think that'd be okay? Or should they be pink? I think we're going to do shimmer crimson. So, or maybe I could do them like an orange. Let's see what I have over here. You know what? I think I'm going to do them in eucalyptus. So I'm going to do the stems and the camel. So down here I'm going to do stems and camel. And then I'm going to try to save the flowers to be like in a green. I could do an orange, a peachy. I think I'm going to do them in eucalyptus, just to give them a little touch of color. See if there's any more I need to do. And you don't want this paste to dry in the screen, so you want to work kind of quickly. I'm going to use my eucalyptus, which is one of my favorite colors. I'm going to get a squeegee. Just apply a little bit of paste. Just a little bit. Now this is a little drier than the camel, which just means that you want to work a little faster and it's going to feel a little different as it's smoothing on. But I think it'll still be very pretty. And maybe I should have done this in another green, but this color did not come with the kit. I'm just kind of winging it right now. I just wanted to get a different color. So I'm going off script, which is perfectly fine. We love to see what you guys do, how you use your creative powers to create these. Everybody's going to do these a little bit different. Whoops, and I just got a little bit of a mess right there. Wipe it off. And I think I got all the areas. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and peel this off again, and we'll see what it looks like. So here we go, peeling it off. It almost looks etched. It's so, so light that it looks etched. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to get my little bath towel again. I'm going to wet it down. And I'm just cleaning as I go, guys, because it makes it easier. Quicker and easier. Plus, it gives my paste a little bit of a chance to dry before I work on the next part. So I hope you guys all had a great Thanksgiving. I feel like now we can move into the Christmas season without any guilt, maybe? I don't know. We can get ready for the season. Put up our lights, our trees, buy our gifts, start wrapping. Make plans, bake cookies, whatever you want to do to celebrate the season. Although Thanksgiving was fun, I know we need to work a little harder at Christmas time to prepare. Okay, Okay, so that one's clean. I'm gonna dry it a little bit. If you have any areas where you got paste where you shouldn't, at this point it should just wipe right off. So I have a little bit there, a little bit on this edge. Okay, so now we have some sticks as well. Let's really focus on cleaning this up because we can. Oh, we have more branches. Let's see. I think I'm probably going to flip this over and work on the front side. Give it a little more dimension. And you want to make sure this is completely dry before you flip it over. So right now it just looks kind of etched. I'm going to work on the front side. I'm going to do this beautiful floral right here. I'm going to fuzz it 5 or 6 times. 1, 2. You can feel the stickiness starting to lessen a little bit the more you fuzz it. I'm going to place this down. So we're going to kind of layer this. And I think I'm going to do this in black. And this paste spreads really easily. So all you're basically doing is, I like to compare it to buttering a piece of toast. If you have a lot of butter in one section, you can just spread it to the other section. And of course you want to kind of rub off anything that's extra because it helps it dry faster and it gives it an even application. Ooh. Look at that. Yeah, I know you guys are getting a lot of reflection on that. That looks pretty. I think this would have been pretty in a green, like a forest green. Bit of greenery. Now the black is always a little bit harder to clean. It's just darker. It's highly pigmented. So if it stays the green, the teal part of your transfer, don't worry. It'll be okay. You just want to make sure you get that paste out of that silk screen. So I'm doing the first side. I'm flipping it over, spraying it, using a paper towel for the second side. And actually, what I can show you is my board eraser, because I did put this in the cart. I just have mine soaking in water. So it's just wet, and it really, really does help you clean up these silkscreen transfers really easily. So I'm going to do front and back. And see how you can see through it again? Now you may see some staining on the green part, but that's okay. It's clean. Buff my hands a little bit. Let's dry this. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and do this branch. I'm going to have a branch coming out so that the cardinal can sit on it. One will go in the tree, and one will go on this branch. So let's see what these cardinals look like. This one's kind of standing straight up. This one's on a branch. Okay, so this one I think will be on the branch. Go right there, and I'm going to do that in the camel color. Okay. So here's our little branch. It's kind of off on the side. We're going to have to dry it. It's right here. And then we're going to work on our bird, the fun part. Okay. Let's see if that's dry. Yep, it's pretty dry. Let's fuzz our bottom part of our bird, and we're going to do it in cardinal. And I think we'll do the top layer with the accents in black. I do want to make sure this is fuzz. I don't want it to pull up any of that pre-existing that we just waxed, or the design that we just waxed. So I do have him going off the edge a little bit. His tail's going off the edge. And I do have him kind of angled so that his feet are touching the branch. Let me see. Maybe I'll pull him over a little bit because I want him to stand out against this flower here. Okay, so I've got my red. It is the, what color is this? Cherry. And I'm just going to do my bird cherry. Beautiful color. Love it. Oh, look so far. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the black details on them. Okay, let's dry them up. Maybe we should do our other little bird. Where should our other little bird go? We could just do one bird. Just going to put him off to the side here. That way we can get both our red layers done, and then we can work on our black layers, dry it up, and put our details on over the top. Even it out, take up any extra. Peel it up while it's still wet. Now, just because this is in a kit, you already have the transfer in here, so you can use this transfer over and over again You can put it on a piece of paper, you can put it on a canvas, you can put it on a bathroom mirror. You can use this transfer on any other surface as well. So don't limit yourself to just this design that came with your kit, because you can reuse it over and over again. So we're not going to be using one of the floral elements, but you could. And I do see here that I've got a couple little pieces of extra red right here. Just going to erase those. And there are some markings that I chalked on, just erased a couple, but on here there's like a little symbol here and here, and it's on both layers that you have, so that helps you line up the detail over the background. And then you just erase those when you're done. Can you guys see it so far? I really want to make sure these are dry before I add the sticky transfer on top. Sometimes you can use surface wax, but I think on this plexiglass it would just make it a mess, so I'm not going to do that. Peel off my transfer from the backer, fuzz it 5 or 6 times because it's on plexiglass, and that means it's going to stick really, really well. I'm going to go ahead and line this up. So I'm going to try and place this cross right on top of my design. And you can also see through these pretty good. I might need my glasses though. Let's see. And by using both marks, you can get it on there just perfectly. But I did erase one of my marks. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing with this other bird. Just separate it from the backer, fuzz it. Line up my little marks. I do have both of these, so let's see. And they really do help you with positioning these marks to overlay it. Okay, so now I've got my black paste, and I'm going to go over this to get all my detail on my bird, on my little cardinal. He's got his little feet clinging to the branch. Removing the excess. And we're going to carefully lift this up, trying not to remove. Wow. Wow, guys, that looks really good. Look at this one. Do you see it? This one? So pretty. Let me spray down my transfer. Let's go ahead and paste. Now I'm still just using the same amount of small black paste that I squeezed out initially. If I need more, I can get more. I can squeeze more out of my paste packet and use it, but I think this is going to be enough. I'm really happy that I'm not wasting any paste as far as the black goes. I do have, well, just a little tiny bit of the brown left and a lot of red on my squeegee still, but that's okay. So I'm just going to smooth this black over the transfer, get those details in the bird, go over it 1 time or 2 times to get it even, and remove the excess. And we're going to peel this, guys. Let's peel it down. you guys to see. Look at that. Look at the detail that added to the bird, just doing that extra layer. No, you guys are getting the sun. Isn't that beautiful? Now you can also see right, I'll show you. Right here, how can I point this out to you guys? Right here, there's a detail mark where I lined up. I'm gonna erase it right here, and I just have to scrape it off. I have one down here and one up there. So I'm just gonna scrape those off in just 1 second. Let me get these transfers cleaned. We don't need this. And our paper towel, the black is always the messiest, guys. So this is a piece we did not use, and you could add it if you want to. And these newer transfers, guys, are more translucent than the older ones were, and they just clean up a little bit easier than the other ones. And they're coming with the backers a different color than the fronts now, so it makes it easier for you to remember and to realize that you're putting it on the right side of the transfer backer paper or not. So we keep improving things here, and it makes your job easier. You get better results. It's just really fun how we keep on evolving into better products all the time. Now you could take your transfers back to your sink, and that's really how they recommend cleaning them, is to take them back to your sink and run them under some cold water and kind of wipe them with your board eraser. But I'm trying to show you how to do this on a live, so that you know how to do it. Now when these are clean, I'm going to dry them on both sides, and I'm going to find the backer that it came from. So this one, I believe, came from, okay, see how this one's golden or yellow? That's why you want to put the sticky side to the white shiny side of your transfer. And you're just going to place that on there, match it up as best you can, smooth out any air bubbles, let this dry a little bit, and then you're going to store it like that. Now this is our bird. This is the golden side. This is the white side. Line it up. Seal it on there, and that's ready to go. And that one's clean. I have just a few more. This one might be upside down. And it just really is important to make them stick to your backer, because that way the sticky lasts a little bit longer for you. And now with the white behind it, you can see how this one is stained, but it's just the teal area, but you can still see the mesh, the silkscreen mesh is clean. I missed that one. Okay, and I have two more pieces. Oh, they're down there. Let's see. There's one of the backers. And I need one more backer. Well, I'm not sure where it is, but when these are dry, I'm gonna let them sit out. I'm gonna put them back in the cellophane bag that they came in. I'm gonna wash all these off. I am going to take my paste packets, and I'm just gonna work the paste back down away from the cut end. And then I'm gonna reseal them with a piece of tape so that they can be used again. Fold them over and reseal them. Just so I can save these for another project. clean up some of my messes. Clean as you go. Oops. Okay, so what I'll do is go ahead and tape this. I'll clean it up better too. And I'll just fold it over and tape it and put it in a Ziploc baggie. Okay, so here is our finished piece. Let's put it in our stand. Voila, look at that, guys. It's got a lot of overspray on it too. Let me just gently wipe it where I sprayed my transfers. And let me put something behind it. Here you go. Can you imagine this with a light behind it? Isn't that pretty, guys? And you can decorate this with some fresh greenery or fake greenery. You can add a bow if you wanted to, but look how pretty that is. I love it. If you love it, please give it a heart. Feel free to share this with those that you think would love it. I'd love for you to type in !notify to follow my page when it's live. You'll be notified. And I'll be back on later tonight to do another project. I hope you enjoyed this. This is our kit, which is going away this weekend or until supplies last. So get it while you can. It's got everything included. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.